you know, the revenue would be, and my parents and I had a goal, and they were like, there's obviously something here. They're like, if you can, you know, bring in this amount, we'll be like, okay. I was able to, it was exceeded my expectations in these first months.
If no one else around, I'll hold you down. I'ma always be right here, I'ma be right here. Hey, 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 yeah, I'ma always be right here. Hey, 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 yeah, I'ma always be right, yeah.
Again.
Let me get some other headphones real quick, cause wait. Let me try this one. Maybe this one works. Do you feel that Instagram is gonna be something you're gonna be doing long term?
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like there's just some things that are like a part of my process. For me, it's like, okay, let's get an Instagram video out every day. Let's get a TikTok out every day. Let's, you know, maybe post on Twitter a couple times. Like for me, it's like if it's there, why would I not be doing it? So if as long as Instagram's around, I'll probably be posting on it. I think I got, you know, a good amount of people that want to see me post. So I feel not only obligated to them, but I feel obligated to myself to be, you know, utilizing all the platforms that are out there. So that's how I kind of look at Instagram.
Yeah, for sure, man. And honestly, I feel like you have one of the most loyalist, if that's even a word, loyalist fan base out there. Cause man, you could put stuff anywhere on YouTube, Instagram, your Spotify, whatever it is, and people would just go.
Yeah.
Like, how do you manage to
Sometimes I
achieve
feel
that?
like that's like a hard game to play because I feel like it's sometimes like I think like, oh, and then I look at other guys and I'm like, oh, they could do this and they post this and they get this amount of this and this many views, and I try to stay away from all the number stuff because it can be kind of scary and kind of, you know, degrading sometimes. But that's I am appreciative for the people that do that, and I'm working hard to find more people like that. But it's a scary numbers game when you start to really look at like how many did this and how many are doing this, and it really is weird.
What is it that you're doing right now in order to scale your business, like besides Instagram? I know Instagram's mainly probably like your traffic source, where you get your traffic mainly from, but I know that you're doing other things as well, free sample kits, this and that stuff. So like, what are you doing like other than posting in order to scale the business?
That's a good question. So I think the two platforms that I'm kind of like focusing on at the moment is YouTube and Spotify. I feel like I have, you know, music that people want to listen to, and I feel like I have a lot of knowledge that I can give on YouTube. And with those platforms, that's where you can really see like good exponential growth, and you start to bring in some like passive revenue, right? Songs are like one of the greatest assets that you can have. There's a book called Rich Dad Poor Dad, which, you know, it's a financial book and a ton of people have read it. And like in that book, it talks about the greatest assets, and like song royalties are one of those assets. They would literally make you money until the day you die, as long as somebody is listening to them. So that's what I look at. I'm like, okay, let me focus on just getting out as many songs as I can. You know, high quality things that I want people to listen to. And then with YouTube is such like it's another thing like that where they don't stay. A YouTube video might not stay around as long as a song, but once again, for every view you get, you do get paid. and YouTube videos stay out a lot more and a lot longer than like, you know, an Instagram post. So that will also continue to bring you revenue. So with every YouTube video, I'm like, okay, here's an opportunity, you know, for me to make some money. Who knows how it'll perform? Who knows what it'll do? I enjoy doing it. That's what matters, and whatever it brings in, and it could bring in money for a long time. So I just look at it as like building up my assets. So that's kind of how I'm trying to grow right now.
That's nice, man. That's really I learn something new every day. I never read Rich Dad Poor Dad before.
Yeah.
And I should have, like, I probably should. I know I've heard it's a really good book to read. So that was really good input in case anybody wants to put their music on Spotify. Are you selling beats at all?
Yeah. So beat sales have kind of gone. I kind of just I don't want to say I like stopped selling beats, because, you know, I'll always make beats and I'll always put out stuff that I hope people like make music to. I've really been like doing a lot of like lo-fi stuff, which I put out on Spotify. I love lo-fi. But I have been kind of getting back into selling beats. I work with a couple artists in my area. They'll occasionally buy beats. I actually started like a beats only YouTube channel where I'll do kind of like the sad rap stuff, like kind of that emo trap. And I really like want to build that. It's just, for me, it's just fun to like start something from scratch and start to build it again. And by doing that, I've seen, you know, some beat sales here and there. But beat sales is definitely not something I like, you know, really, you know, kill myself over. So I'm not like, oh, I didn't sell any beats. Like, selling beats is tough, man. That's a game that, like, you know, I'm just not that great at it. There's a lot that goes into it, but as a content creator, I think building my audience is a little more important than me, like, you know, killing myself to sell 2 beats a week. You know what I mean? If the people want to buy beats, they'll come to me and they'll buy it. And I feel like I have way more leverage when I do that as well. So if people want to come to me and buy a beat, which they do sometimes, then they can. But if not, it's not the end of the world.
Awesome, man. That's a really good tip for anybody still deciding what, because I know people have this kind of difficulty, or I don't want to say difficulty, but they have kind of like this struggle where they don't know if they should just release music on Spotify, on all these streaming platforms, and as well they don't know if they should just sell beats instead. Well,
People,
you know,
people
that's
also get this tunnel vision. They're like, okay, producer, sell beats, and that's like all they know, because that's like all people talk about it. It's like,
yeah.
dude, there are so many other ways to make money as a producer. You don't need to just limit yourself. And honestly, if you're limiting yourself, it's going to take you that much longer to be able to do it, you know, as a career. Like, you have to be bringing money. Some people always say, like, as a musician, you need like 5 income streams or maybe more to, you know, make something happen. So that's how I've looked at it.
We want to know, what is your daily schedule like? Like, what does Beautiful Beats do when he wakes up? I know you've probably put a video out there like that, but just, you know, in detail, what is it that you do step by step?
I pride myself in my daily process. So I try to like expect more out of myself than most people. I think that's what gets you to your goals, right? we all have the goals of doing things. We all want to be, this, that, the other, but how you get there is really the small decisions and the daily stuff that you do every day. I know it's kind of a rant, but that's really how I look at it. I write everything down. So we'll start at the night before the day. I write everything down that I want to do for the following day. So when I wake up, there's no question of what I want to do when I wake up, right? So I wake up at 6:30 in the morning. I go to the gym on weekdays. I just, a light lift. I'm in physical therapy for my knee right now, so I don't play as much basketball as I used to. But I'll wake up, I get home around 8:30, make myself like a smoothie or breakfast. I always post at 9:15 a.m. on Instagram, so I'll take like an hour dedicated to posting the Instagram video, posting the TikTok, responding to comments, responding to DMs, clearing all that stuff up, making sure it's, people are answered, if they feel heard. I'm responding to maybe some people that need help with something or someone who's interested in a beat. That takes me to about 10:15. 11 o'clock rolls around. If it's a Monday, I always film my YouTube videos on Monday, so I have the whole week to edit them and get them out by Sunday. That 10:30 to like 12 range is also when I'll do stuff like this. I'll do like an interview, or if I have meetings with companies or something like that, I'll deliver that time. I try to get filming, meetings, that stuff out of the way, because it's hard to like get up and film. It's easy to sit on your couch and edit, or it's easy to sit down and like make some beats or something. So I try to get that out of the way, and then from like that, maybe that like 1 o'clock, I'll go eat lunch. I'll go upstairs and eat lunch with my mom. That's like one of my favorite parts of the day. And then from about 1 to 5 o'clock, it's just little things, updating the websites, maybe making some beats, and then yeah, that's really about it. It's just little stuff throughout the rest of the day.
So basically, is what you're doing right now, full time, kind of like just
yeah
making music.
I do. I'll be completely transparent. So I just graduated from college. It's been 8 months. I started this my freshman year of college in my dorm room, just posting on Instagram, and it kind of grew and grew. And my goal was always like, okay, I want to do this full time. And when I was a senior and I was just getting ready to graduate, I wasn't sure what it could be. I wasn't sure what it would bring in, what the revenue would be. And my parents and I had a goal. They were like, "There's obviously something here." They're like, "If you can bring in this amount, we'll be like, okay." I was able to. It was exceeded my expectations in these first months. We had a goal for the year. I passed that in 8 months pretty easily. So things are going really well. I do it full time. I'm blessed to do it full time. But yeah, absolutely. That was kind of the story of how it went. And I just got to say this for people. Some people like to always talk about their parents. They're like, "Oh, my parents don't think this. My parents don't think that." My parents weren't exactly sure about it either. Like they weren't really, they were like, my mom probably still worries to this day if I should be doing this or not. You know what I mean? She's kind of like, doesn't get it. Parents are different. They grew up in a different time. They don't understand the online stuff. My biggest thing was like, okay, the only way to make them believe me that I should be doing this is if I prove to them that I should be doing it. You know what I mean? So that's how I look at it. You should just try to prove them. If you show them some numbers, right? You show them that you're doing the right thing. You show how hard they work, then they should have no problem understanding why you're doing it.